Friends, welcome to the 47th day of our 100-day challenge. Today, going to take up the 7th day of our 100-day challenge, and we have already covered the significant portions from August 2017, and we are going to continue the remaining portions up to the month of December 2017. So, we have already covered the freedom struggle, polity, geography, art, and culture sections, and you can find all these files on our website, and you can listen to the explanations on YouTube. Today's topics for the current affairs section are these have been picked up from the month of November. These topics are gravitational lenses, and very hot topic, the gravitational waves and the phenomena of bending of light, and then global education monitoring report, global gender gap report, national rural drinking water program and its what are the objectives, Saubhagya scheme, and the Chola Navy, and the Creative Cities Network, tuberculosis, child development scheme, and India's solar mission, the Aditya L1. So, in case you want to revise, you can pause the video, revise, and we'll continue with the challenge. The sources for these challenges are the Hindu and Indian Express, all and the previous year question papers for the difficulty level. So, first MCQ of today is, which of the following statements are true about National Rural Drinking Water Program? So it is a funded it is fully funded by central government. Although it is a centrally sponsored scheme, but it is not fully funded by central government. It is 50-50%, means 50% financial commitments of central government, while 50% are the respective state government. It prescribes the norms for drinking water for humans on daily basis. Yes, this is true because this rural drinking water program has some prescriptions like the quantity of around 40 liters per person per day. That has to be of drinking water quality. And it was launched in 1999. This is also incorrect. It was launched in year 2009. So it is quite a recent uh, origin. And so first option is incorrect. Third option is incorrect. So answer has to be two only. Let's read the explanation. Cabinet has recently approved the continuation and restructuring. So cabinet of a union government is considering the restructuring of National Rural Drinking Water Program. So it was launched in 2009 under the Ministry of Drinking Water and Sanitation, operationalization through Strategic Plan 2011 to 2022. So this strategic plan is of 11 years, and it is a centrally sponsored scheme. The National Rural Drinking Water Program is a centrally sponsored scheme with 50-50 fund sharing between center and states. It prescribes the certain norms of drinking water, such as 40 liters of per capita availability of safe drinking water for every human being. So there are prescriptions and there are further recommendations which you can read on the PIB website. If you want to know more about this scheme, we'll continue with the next question. Consider the following statements in context of Saubhagya scheme. Saubhagya is Sahaj Bijli Har Ghar Yojana. So it is the Saubhagya means fortunate. If the rural population is going to be the fortunate to have the electrification. So it aims to provide electricity connections to over 540 million families. 540 million is too much because that is going to surpass the these if there are to be more than 500 million families, they are going to be for surpass the total population of the country very easily. That's why this option stands incorrect. It seems incorrect. So second option is NTPC. No, rural electrification uh, Corporation Limited is the nodal agency for the implementation of Sahaj Bijli Har Ghar Yojana. So second option is also incorrect. It is NTPC is not a nodal agency for operationalization of this scheme. In our previous video lecture, we have taken up the MCQs regarding NTPC and other energy efficiency related MCQs. So this is first option is incorrect because the number of families is incorrect, and the nodal agency is Rural Electrification Corporation Limited, not the NTPC. So let's know more about the Saubhagya scheme of Prime Minister. Pradhan Mantri Sahaj Bijli Har Ghar Yojana or Saubhagya scheme aims to provide electricity connections to over 40 million families in rural and urban areas by December 2018. So Rural Electrification Corporation Limited is the nodal agency for the operationalization of the scheme throughout the country. So Pradhan Mantri Sahaj Bijli Har Ghar Yojana Saubhagya is launched as a web portal, which was launched recently in year 2017. We are taking up the MCQ of November month 2017. It would be disseminate. It would disseminate information on household electrification status. So these state-wise, district-wise, and village-wise information will be provided, and the household progress on the live basis will be captured by the portal, this Saubhagya web portal. That is the portal for Sahaj Bijli Har Ghar Yojana. Question number 3. Consider the following statements about Chola Navy. We have already talked about the cultural marvels of Chola kingdom, and we have taken up the Chola bronze also, and the architecture of Dravida architecture of the Hridayeshwar temple in our art and culture section. So let's read the options. Sangam literature does not mention about its existence. Obviously, Sangam literature talks a lot about the Chola Navy, Chola Empire. So this option is seems incorrect. A large number of women played a leading role in the Chola Navy. Recently, Prime Minister in his Man Ki Baat has highlighted the contribution of women in the Chola Navy. So this option is correct. It was in news recently because of the mention by Prime Minister in his Man Ki Baat on the radio. Sangam literature has numerous references of voyages and expeditions of the Chola Empire. The Chola Navy was considered one of the strongest navies at that time and played a big role in the expansion of Chola rule to the Sri Lanka and the Malay Peninsula. So this large number of women played leading roles in Chola Navy and actively took part in the battles also. So in recent Man Ki Baat episode, Prime Minister talked about the greatness of Navy of Chola Kingdom. Question number 4. Consider the following statements about Creative Cities Network. So, Creative Cities Network was created in 2004 by UNESCO. This is correct, and it has certain categories like art, film, music, on which the cities are being quantified and being selected. And there are, as of today, there are 3 cities of India which have been selected for the Creative Cities Network. That are Varanasi for its music, and Jaipur for its craft, while Chennai is was selected last year. So let's read the options. I've already discussed the solution. It was created in 2004 UNESCO. This by UNESCO. This is correct. Chennai is the only city to be classified under this network. This is incorrect because apart from Chennai, Jaipur and Varanasi are also there. So Creative Cities Network. This is a very important MCQ. Such MCQs are being a high frequency. They have been asked with a very high frequency by UPSC. So you should focus on these kind of MCQs as well. Creative Cities Network was created in 2004 to promote cooperation with and among cities that have identified creativity as a strategic factor for sustainable urban development. The 7 creative fields on basis of which the cities are awarded the status are craft and folk design, design, film, gastronomy, literature, music, media, arts. So these are the 7 creative fields on which these cities are being qualified for this Creative Cities Network. Chennai has been included by UNESCO in Creative City uh, Network for its rich musical tradition. This is going to be the third Indian city after Jaipur for its craft and Varanasi again for its music. So Chennai and Varanasi for their music, and while Jaipur for its craft are being qualified by UNESCO in the Creative Cities Network. Which of the following is are true about the tuberculosis? So we have taken up the MCQ about the antibiotic resistance. Let's read the option. TB is a leading cause of death among the people living with HIV. This is true. Eliminating TB is one of the sustainable development goal under the sustainable development goal number 3, and where providing the healthcare to everyone is one of the sustainable development goals. So obviously eliminating TB is one of the goals concerned. So answer first option is correct because once an HIV person is infected with tuberculosis, they stand a high chance of mortality. So TB is one of the leading causes of death among the HIV people. And second, elimination of TB is one of the sustainable development goals. TB is world's leading cause of death from infectious disease. According to a finding in 2016, about 1.7 million people died which had profound economic and social consequences. So, MDR, multi-drug resistant TB, continues to be the major public health crisis, and TB remains one of the leading causes of death among the people living with HIV. Recently, WHO Global Ministerial Conference on Ending Tuberculosis in the Sustainable Development Era, a multi-sectoral response was held in Moscow. The declaration is a step towards the efforts to achieve a Sustainable Development Goal 3.3.2 to end the epidemic of TB incidences per thousand population. Question number 6. Which of the following is not correct about Integrated Child Development Scheme? It covers the age group of 0 to 6 years. This is correct. It was launched to reduce mortality, morbidity and improve the health of child and mother as well. And third option is ICDS comes under the Anganwadi services. No, ICDS is a comprehensive scheme which encompasses these little schemes like Anganwadi services, then schemes for adolescent girls and for the healthcare of the children. So this option stands incorrect because ICDS is a more comprehensive scheme. It has following 5 schemes under it. So it is a kind of umbrella of the schemes named like Anganwadi services, schemes for adolescent girls, child protection services, and national creche scheme. These are brought under the umbrella of ICDS. So let's know more about this. Integrated Child Development Scheme. Both the options are option number 3 is incorrect because ICDS is more comprehensive. Integrated Child Development Scheme is a flagship government scheme which aims to improve the nutrition and health status of children in the age group of 0 to 6 and lays the foundation of psychological, physical, and social development of child. It was launched to reduce the incidences of mortality, morbidity, malnutrition, school dropout among the children. So school dropout is also included in ICDS. It is a comprehensive. In 2016-17, government has rationalized some schemes such as Anganwadi services, scheme for adolescent girls, child protection services, national creche scheme. These are brought under the umbrella of ICDS and its sub schemes. Question number 7. Which of the following is are true in context of Aditya L1? L stands for Lagrange. So Lagrange orbit is the that orbit which feels the minimum gravity between the two celestial bodies. In this case, it would be Sun and the Earth, which have the significant gravitational force on this Aditya L1 spacecraft satellite. So let's read the options. It is India's first solar mission. It's going to be the India's first solar mission in 2019. We are watchful of that. The Lagrange orbit will have minimum combined gravity of Earth and Sun. This is true. L1 orbit, this is specified Lagrange 1 orbit of Aditya, which has been decided for the Aditya, will face many eclipses of Sun. Luckily, no, this is not going to face any eclipses or occultations. So second option is incorrect. First option is correct because of its combined minimum gravity is known as Lagrange orbit. So Lagrange point where the combined gravity force of two large bodies equal to the centrifugal force of that is felt by the third body, which is relatively smaller. So the combined force is to be cancelled and has to be minimum. India is said to be set to launch its first solar mission Aditya L1 in 2019. The point L1 has the major advantages of viewing the sun without any occultation and eclipses. They have been set as so as to avoid any eclipses and occultations. Aditya L1 is to be the first satellite to study the magnetic field of sun's corona, and then Aditya L1 is expected to help study that why the photosphere, the deeper layer of sun, is at much lower temperature than the corona. These are the study areas, the research areas that are to be studied by Aditya L1. Question number. So this is about one diagram all about the Aditya L1. Aditya will be the India's third big extraterrestrial outline after Moon and Mars. So after Moon and Mars, we are chasing the Sun. 400 kg spacecraft to study Sun has 7 instruments to focus Sun's outer corona, magnetic field, and solar winds. To orbit 1.5 million kilometers from Earth. So these were the particulars. You can read them in the PDF. Question number 6. Question number 8. Which of the following are true about the global gender gap report published by World Economic Forum? It is a report by World Economic Forum. This is correct. Health and survival is the key parameter. Is a key parameter of this report. This is correct. Apart from education, political empowerment, and economic empowerment, Health is one of the criteria on which this gender gap report is being framed. So it is going to take into account what are the differences in the healthcare for men and women, how good the economic opportunities are, and how much political participation of women, and how much is the education for accessibility for the female candidates. So all the four parameters have been considered in the global gender gap report published by World Economic Forum. So second option is also correct, first option is correct. Let's know more about Global Gender Gap Report. The report was introduced by World Economic Forum in 2006 as a framework for capturing the magnitude of gender-based disparities and tracking their progress. So Gender Gap Report Index 2017 captured the development of 144 countries across the four dimensions: economic participation, educational attainment, health, and political empowerment. According to the latest report, about 32% of gender gap still remains to be closed. So, gender gap increased in 2017 as compared to 2016, in which it was 31.7%. Question number 9. Which of the following is true about the Global Economic Monitoring Report, GEM report? It is being compiled by UNESCO. uh, this is true. GEM report talked about the need of education for tribal people. No, it talked about the accountability for the education, not the need of education for the title was not the tribal education. It was about the accountability of education. So second option is correct. First option is correct. The second edition, so it was the 2017-18 was in fact the second edition of this global education monitoring report, being recently released by UNESCO, and it has the theme of accountability in education, not the tribal education. So the report talks about various accountability mechanisms that may affect certain actors in certain contexts for certain ends, like political mechanism, legal regulatory routes, performance-based approaches, social accountability, and professional and internal accountability. So this was about the Global Education Monitoring Report published by UNESCO. 2017 and 18 report was the second edition of this report. Which of the following statements is true about gravitational lenses? We have might have taken the gravitational waves in our previous videos. So this is about gravitational lenses, means bending of light. If light can be treated as a photon, it is going to be bent by high gravitational fields. And so first option is light can be bent by them. This is true. That's why they are called the gravitational lenses. This phenomena is associated with the cluster of galaxies, and it was firstly predicted by Einstein in year 1911, and that galaxies, due to their high gravitational field, they are bending the lights of the back bodies which are emitting the lights. So second option is also correct. Let's know more about the gravitational lenses. It is the phenomena, the gravitational lens phenomena, in which the gravity of a massive object like the galaxy or a cluster of galaxies bends and amplifies the light from an object that lies beyond it. Scientists have recently discovered the most ancient spiral galaxies in the universe that existed 11 billion years. So what happens is scientists they observe the lights, and they capture the lights by the different telescopes, and they have captured the lights as old as 11 billion years ago, and they have also detected the phenomena of bending of light due to the massive objects like galaxy or a cluster of galaxies. So it was about uh, the phenomena of gravitational lenses, and gravitational wave is also one of the hot topic. You should prepare it well. So friends, this was about the 10 challenges of today. Stay tuned for more such challenges and have a nice day. Thank you.